Joe Head is one of the most understated, effective, accomplished, kind citizens of Greater Cincinnati.
People respect Joe. He's a wise person who has only one agenda, and that's the betterment of his community.
Joe Head is a hidden icon.
My father has been an inspiration to us throughout our lives, and we were very lucky as kids growing up to have a father like Joseph Head.
Dad was born and raised in Cincinnati, along with his sister Ellie, to their parents Atha and Joseph Head Sr. After graduating from Taft High School in 1950, my dad went to Yale and then served in the Army.
I was in Germany about 2 years. I was in the field artillery, ultimately first lieutenant.
After the military, Dad enrolled at Harvard Law School and graduated in 1959. While at Harvard, he married my mom, Louise Atkins.
Joe married Louise when she was 19 years old, and Joe was a 26-year-old Harvard law student.
After law school, I joined Great Head and Ritchie, my father's firm. Ultimately, I became managing partner.
My mom and my dad have had a fantastic marriage. It's been 60 years. They had 3 children. My sister Lisa is the oldest. I'm the second, and Andy is the youngest. My sister has 3 children. I have 3 children, and my brother's got 5 children. All the grandkids call Dad Papo. That's his handle.
I love this family. They're wonderful kids. They're supportive of each other, and they're a grand group of kids.
If you took Joe's life, you could put it in a legal bucket, a civic bucket, political bucket, a charitable bucket, but always understated.
Joe thought of the legal career as something more than a billable hour enterprise. As a young lawyer, I saw Joe Head turn away business from new clients, good business, because it was, in his view, not in the best interest of his city. And that was Joe with Cincinnati. It was the way he practiced law.
Joe was a great lawyer, but he's so much more than a lawyer. Joe's a community person. Joe was a civic leader, whether it's the Art Museum, the Fine Arts Fund, the Christ Hospital. He blended the business side with the give-back side.
First met Joe at a social event when I was a kid. He got me a job with my congressman, Bill Gradison, when I was 19 years old to work as an intern. I jokingly call him Mr. Chairman because he not only chaired my campaign, he also chaired the Hamilton County Republican Party, he also chaired the Fine Arts Fund, he also chaired the Chamber of Commerce, he also chaired the law firm. He's chaired everything.
Of course, to us, he's first and foremost our dad. But as we grew up, we realized the kind of impact that he's had throughout Cincinnati.
The Great Living Cincinnatian Award is probably, certainly in my judgment, the highest award that the community has. I can't imagine anybody who's more deserving of that award than you.
John, I appreciate that very much, and as I say, I think it's overstated, but you're a good friend.
I would describe Joe as the world's greatest champion for Greater Cincinnati. You know, he just loved the city, and he felt like anybody in Cincinnati needed to contribute because what made our city great was the people and the civic involvement.
Cincinnati's future doesn't depend just on politicians or celebrities. It depends upon people being dedicated at their local levels to this community's well-being. That's where Joe had made a difference.
Joe knew what motivated people, and Joe always put other people first. There's nobody warmer and friendlier, but he can be a steel fist in a velvet glove.
We all know about Joe's focus on Ohio and Cincinnati, but he also had a Wild West side to him. He liked to go out to the wide open spaces, particularly Montana, and fly fish and hike and brand cows. So that's a side of Joe Head that probably most people don't know.
And one of the things he really liked was fishing. And he taught my brother and I to fish. We would go to a place in Montana, and he would wake us up really early in the morning, just something my dad did all through his career. He was a great lover of life. He's definitely a people person, gregarious in a sense, but not rowdy. He's gentle, he's wise, but he was always very disciplined. So I can remember Saturday mornings, he'd be at his desk in the family room working away. He wrote so hard on his papers that the whole table would shake.
There's lots of Joe Head-isms in my mind. Sometimes Joe wouldn't give you any feedback except this. If you got a "that's the stuff," then that felt pretty good.
He's blessed by having an extraordinary wife who is wonderfully supportive. He's committed. He's driven. He's caring. He's a go-to person.
I think all of us have seen a sweet quality to this man that has come out in the aging process. And Joe will call me from time to time and indicate he has still got the gumption to get back in the game.
It's really a great honor for all of us that Dad has been named as a Great Living Cincinnatian. It's something that makes us very proud of him.
He's proven time and again that he's given great things to this community without looking for adoration or reward.
I can't think of a greater living Cincinnatian than Joe Head. He's richly deserving of this special award.
I'm honored by the designation of Great Living Cincinnatian, and it's a great honor, and I appreciate it.